Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 5 of the Dean Smith Challenge. We look to follow in his footsteps. We are still at Walsall and today we're going to be playing Swindon Town in League 2 and then an FA Cup first round tie against Oldham, who are in the same division as us, both in League 2. So hopefully we'll get ourselves into the second round of the FA Cup as well. And I thought we'd start by having a quick look at the club vision. And you can see we're doing a really good job. A+, which I don't get very often. Certainly less often this early into the series. But excellent stuff. We're sort of meeting all of our requirements here. The only thing that we haven't done yet, obviously, is the FA Cup. But we'll find out this episode if we're going to reach the second round of that or not. And that's the requirement. So hopefully that will work out. And it's good that we're doing well here because if we go and have a look at the job market, and it's way too soon for this to be happening, but down here, Brentford are insecure. So the Brentford job could be coming up sooner rather than later, and I don't want it to come up yet. We won't have done enough to jump from League 2 to the Championship, and at least until the end of the season. Even then, it may be a little bit too soon. So we really need Thomas Frank to hang in there a little bit longer for us so that we can make sure that we're taking over from him. But the Brentford job may be coming available a little bit sooner than we'd hoped. Now, there's a few games to catch you up on since last episode. The first of which was a game against Portsmouth in that Leasing.com Cup group stage thing. Let's go see how we get against the League One Pompey. We took the lead thanks to a Shea Facey header at the back post. Pompey pegged us back with a stunner in the second half, but we went on to win the shootout. So this was a really good result, first of all, going away to Portsmouth, but the performance wasn't too bad either. You can see at least they're equals, if not better than them. They scored a little bit of a worldie, but we did go on to win the shootout, which means we got 2 points. They got 1 in the group stage, and that meant we qualified from the group. So that's sort of job done there. The next game to catch you up on, we're back in league action now against Leyton Orient. We fell behind early, but Liam Kinsella pulled us level. Orient went back in front in first half stoppage time with a magnificent individual effort. But we took a point when Shea Facey's header fell into Alfie Bates's path. I thought we were unlucky not to win this one. We were really good in the second half. You can see by the match stats, though, it was a relatively even game. I felt we looked a little bit more dangerous in terms of the highlights, but a draw away from home is never a terrible result, is it? It was Kinsella and Bates with the goals, not a bad goal there, second one there either, was it? Absolute stunner from Sterling. I think that's Raheem's brother, isn't it? I think. Maybe I could be wrong there. Anyway, next game to catch you up on was Cheltenham in the league. We took the lead when Cameron Norman picked out Cocker and Mollett. And the young left-back did it all himself to double his tally. Alfie Bates showed good touch and composure for our third, before Facey picked out Danny Redmond's run for our fourth just after half-time. And Facey then crossed for Mitchell Candlin to round off the scoring. What a stunning result, what a stunning performance, amazing stuff. 5-0 over Cheltenham. Callum Cockrell, Mollett with a double, Bates with another goal, Redmond and Candlin as well with the goals. You can see here, we absolutely just destroyed them. There's not much else to say about it. Norman did get an injury in this one. It was only a minor injury, though. He is back fit, which is obviously good because he's doing a good job for us at right back or right wing back. The next game to catch you up on was an FA Cup warm-up because we played Oldham. We took the lead when Liam Kinsella crossed for Mitchell Candlin. And the same two were at it again to double our lead before half-time. Oldham pulled one back late on, and then drew level seconds later. But we rescued the points when Lavery forced in a stoppage time winner. Well, we were really good in this game, and then we fell asleep for, look at that, a minute, 83rd, 84th minute, and I tell you what, I was fuming, absolutely fuming, but we rescued it in stoppage time, so ultimately we got an away win, and that's the main thing. But yeah, I tell you what, Candlin with a double, Lavery at the end there. Big 3 points on the road, but it should have been a lot more comfortable than that. The final game to catch you up on, who are we playing? Oh, that's right, it's Mansfield Town again in League 2. We took a first half lead with a James Hardy stunner. And Corey Roberts celebrated his return from injury with our second. So another solid performance, this one, with some good goals in there. Corey Roberts back from his broken leg and playing. I think this was his first start, and a nice goal to tap it off as well. And Hardy, who is, of course, I thought he was going to be a winger, but he's I'm using him as the backup to Redmond in that sort of attacking playmaker role in the middle of the park, and he's doing a decent job of it. So he just might have a future there for us as well, since we're not playing with wingers right now. But yeah, another really, really good, solid performance. This was more of a backup team as well. You can see Guthrie's back fit, which is good. The one minor injury we've had, well, minor injury, but Sam Perry's injured himself. He's out for a month, which just takes away a little bit of depth in midfield. But with Guthrie coming back, and Kinsella back as well, that's more or less cancelled itself out. So if you're going to have a quick look at the league table, you can see we're sitting up there, flying high in the promotion places, only 2 points off the top, and playing not too badly as well. And there's our FA Cup draw, as you can see, they're away to Oldham today, and we've qualified, as I said, from the group for that leasing.com trophy. We have a game against Brighton under 23s, but obviously we can't get knocked out with the head-to-head over Wickham. So that's all looking very, very good. Let's have a look at what we're doing here against Swindon. We're away from home for this one. We are the favourites. Swindon, you can see, sitting down there in 9th, just outside the playoff places right now. They're a Richie Wellens coach team, which always makes me feel old when I remember these guys as players. But he's their manager. He's okay, I suppose. A balanced standard playing style. We're expecting them to come out in this sort of a formation. We can see here their positional heat map. They did beat Crawley last time out. They look a little bit narrow. We can perhaps get down the sides of them. You can see their passing network there and their key passes as well. And this is a team that we're sending out. It's more or less what I think at this point is our full strength team, give or take 1 or 2 players. So Roberts continues in goals for us. It's Jules and Clark, Captain Clark at the back, Norman down the right, it's Mollett down the left, Cockrell Mollett down the left, Shuren in the half-back role, it's Guthrie, Redmond and Sinclair, the bearded wonder in midfield, with Candlin and Lavery up top. Let's go. Alright, so everybody is playing as expected, which, as I say, is always a good start. What do we want to say here? Stuart says go out there, prove a point. Show me what you can do to keep our run going. Let's go with that. Maybe some calm faith. This seems to be working for us now. I think the players are beginning to trust me a little bit more. They're beginning to listen to me a little bit more. So the team talks are obviously therefore having a little bit more of an effect, which is always nice. We're in the black, of course, being the away team. And yeah, it'd be good just to see if we can just keep this run of form going. As I said, we've been doing okay. Since changing to this formation, we've looked a lot better. Here we go with Redmond through the middle. There's a good ball for Candlin. It's a bit of a tight angle. Can he pull it back? It's there. Cochrane Mollett is there. He does okay. Can he pull it back? It's there for Redmond. Turn, shoot, mate. Oh, and it's blocked. Unlucky. Nice little bit of play there, though, for us, wasn't it? Redmond's an absolute star through the middle of the park as well. He's been just running the show for us at times. CCM there with a throw. Back there we go. Cockrell Mollett. Decent ball in. Lavery's there and Lavery's offside. He did look suspiciously as though he might be behind that last man, didn't he? He does get caught offside a fair bit. He's gone a little bit too early there and he's a mile off. Yeah. Can't have too many complaints about that one. That's an easy one for the Lions. And all right, here we go from the corner. Redmond with a corner in. Let's see what we can do there. Oh, it's Aaron Candlin. 11th goal of the season for Mitchell Candlin. Candlin not stop scoring. It's a wonderful, wonderful debut season for the youngster. We'll tell him to concentrate. And, well, there we go. We have eventually taken the lead. Decent ball in. Terrible missed header there by one of their defenders. And Candlin side foots it in. Wonderful stuff by Walsall. We're up 1-0. And we continue to fly high at the top of the league, it looks like. The bearded one that's picked himself up a booking. We've got a little bit of defending to do. Oh, Jesus Christ, Candlin. I mean, that's a red card, isn't it? And I think Officer Dibley might be arresting him on the way out for AG8. Was it grievous bodily harm? Because that was something, wasn't it? All right, so Lavery, I guess you go up top by yourself now. And yeah, we try and hang on, don't we? Oh, that was so stupid. He did so well to get the goal, and then we've gone and done that. All right, so we're just going to have to try and make it a little bit more difficult for them now as well, aren't we? Let's not close down the goalkeeper. Let's let the goalkeeper have it if he wants it. And I'm wondering if we should not be counter-pressing when we lose possession. Maybe we should just look to get back and protect this lead a little bit. We should probably go back to balance too. I don't want to be cautious and invite them onto us, but we do need to just be a little bit more careful here, don't we? All right. Well, that makes life a lot more difficult, doesn't it? Concentrate, boys. And the worst thing for that is that Candler's going to be missing a couple of games. We have Gordon on the bench who is okay as a striker. He's not really been banging them in, but he hasn't been playing that much. We've done a decent job killing off that first half, which is nice to see. We've got Norman playing a 6.3 out there on the right. What do we want to say? It's going to be difficult with a man down to keep those performance levels up. I don't want to tell them it's going to be difficult. That seems like a very negative thing to say, doesn't it? Come on, lads, we're a man down here, but we can still get a result. Let's maybe do that assertively. We'll tell Norman we expect to see a little bit more from him. We will tell the Bearded Wonder not to get himself sent off, though I am wondering if it's not worth just taking him off. The last thing we need is to go down to 9 men, isn't it? So we might do that. We have Alfie Bates on the bench, who is more than capable of coming on and playing that role for us. So yeah, I will do that, I think. I'm talking myself into that one. And especially just the sort of player that Sinclair is, it's almost unfair to not to expect him not to be putting himself about. So I'll make that change. That, of course, leaves us with one change left. And we'll get back out there. And just hopefully we'll see this thing out. Norman's looking nervous. We do have Kinsella on the bench who can go out there and play. It makes me very uncomfortable to make a third sub when we're already down to 10, but it might be something we need to look to do here. Can we win this back? The thing with Norman is that he is usually so good for us, but he's also usually, got an 11th man on the field. That's a good block there from Norman. He's not too bad, is he, back there? All right, can we play it out? Here we go. No, we should pick that up, though. Lavery does. Nice little ball there for Bates. Out there for Norman. What can he do? In there for Bates. This is nice. Keep possession, boys. I like it. Redmond gets past one. Redmond goes out there for Cockerell. Mollet getting forward. Can he find Lavery in the middle? Goal in. Lavery's there. Oh, Lavery with a 7th goal. CCM, Callum, Cockerell, Mollet with a wonderful ball in. And that, my boys, is what I like to see. Excellent counter-attacking football. The 10 men of Walsall have scored a goal against the 11 men of Swindon Town. And 10 men, we only need 10 men. What a performance this is shaping out to be. If we can defend well now, then this will be something special, won't it? We've got, 20-odd minutes to play out here. Norman is still not having a great game. Let's give it a... Do I dare praise them? Let's praise them. Let's praise them. They've earned that. 10 minutes to go. Can we continue to see this? I tell you what, with 10 men, we've absolutely killed this game dead, haven't we? We've barely given up a highlight. We've scored a goal on the counter-attack, and that is as good a performance as you'll see with 10 men anywhere. That was really, really good. Excellent, excellent stuff. 2-0 to Walsall. We continue to be in the promotion places. We'll say guard against complacency going forward. We've got a big cup game next, boys. So there we go. Candler is banned for one game. There is absolutely no point appealing that because... it was assault. It wasn't just a red card. We win, though, despite that. Redmond is just an absolute star in there for us. Well done, Daddy boy. And we are now 6 unbeaten in the league, which is very, very special. Guys, wait right there. It's an FA Cup tie next. We go to Oldham. Okay, welcome back. Now, we have had a little bit of an injury crisis midweek here between the two games. We've lost James Hardy for 3 weeks to 6 weeks with a torn ab muscle. So that's a bit of a blow because, as I said, he's proving himself to be quite useful as a backup to Redmond in sort of the middle of the park there. So that's a bit of a blow. And also the bearded wonder, Stuart Sinclair, he's injured himself for 2 weeks. So he's going to miss a couple of games here as well. So yeah, not ideal. We can get around it, and thankfully the Sinclair one isn't for too long, but certainly not what we wanted anyway. Not going to surprise you to see that Candler's ban has been extended to 3 games, and I think that's just about deserved as well because it was a horrible tackle. And that brings us, of course, now to the FA Cup tie away to Oldham. Now, we did beat them, as you saw last time we played them, but it was very, very close. We almost threw it away. So we are favourites for this one. They're a Dino... Marmria, I guess you'd pronounce that, coach team. Got to be honest, I've never heard of him. Well, I have, because we played them 2 games ago, but before that I'd never heard of him. They're in a balanced, direct playing style. We're expecting them to come out in this sort of a formation. We can see they do like to come down the left side of the field more so than the right. You can see their heat map, their passing network, and their key passes as well. And this is the team that we are sending out. We're going as strong as we can. What we really want to try and do is go on a cup run. These finances aren't fantastic. So ideally, we want to go as long as we can in the Cup, and if we can find ourselves away to, say, a Manchester United or an Arsenal or a Tottenham or someone like that, perfect. So it's going to be Roberts in goal. It's Jules and Clark as the back two. It's Norman down the right, Mollett down the left. It's Sharon continuing as the halfback. It's Guthrie, Redmond, and Bates comes in to start this one. Gordon comes in for the suspended Candlin. He wants first-team football. We've had to promise him first-team football. You can see that right there. The reason that I promised him first-team football is that I suspected that Candlin might be about to get a sort of an extended ban, which gives him a chance to play the games in any case. And if he's doing well, fantastic. And if he's not doing well, then we can tell him to bugger off and we'll sign somebody in January. And Lavery, of course, will continue up top as well. A good season that he's having for us. All right, let's play some cup football. So everybody's lining up as expected, which is excellent. What do we want to say to this challenge? To go out there, prove a point. Pick up where you left off last time, except with 11 men. What do we want to say? Oh, well, let's just keep going and impress me, boys. As long as it's working, it's working. And there's no point changing anything. But I do think the Cup could be quite important for us this year. And right now we can kind of, because we did have a full week off in between the two games, we can put out a strong team for this one. Our game midweek is against Brighton under 23s in that stupid leasing.com group stage thing. So we've already qualified from that in any case, so we can put out a sort of a no-name team in that one. It's not going to make any difference. So this is a really, really good opportunity for us to get into the second round, and maybe we get a nice easy home tie, and then we're into the third round, and that's where anything can start to happen in terms of a draw. Here we go with Norman Lavery. Good first touch, turns a block shot. Sharon has it on a booking, which isn't ideal. There's a good pass out there for Cockerell Mollett. His cross is blocked as well. And now we're going to end up getting caught on the break here. Some decent pressure on them. They do play out though. Sharon wins it back nicely. Bates, ball out there, nicely knocked down by Gordon to the on-running Cockerell Mollett. What can he do? He goes himself, does he? He goes all the way back. Sharon! Oh! Nathan Sharon with a first goal for the club. An excellent counter-attack goal there. Well, because it was kind of a counter-attack goal, they had it, we won it back. But another assist for Callum Cockerell Mollett. It's 1-0 to Walsall. And, well, this is just excellent stuff. It's a good finish, questionable goalkeeping, but the shot was a nice one, wasn't it? He hit it. He certainly hit it. Yeah, the goalkeeper's got to be doing a little bit better than that. But there we go. 1-0 away from home in the Cup. And let's hope now we can just go and see this out. Guthrie's already looking complacent, mate. It's only one goal. And are we about to see that cancelled out here? You'd like to think that we've learnt a lesson from the league game where we conceded 2 goals in a minute and not get complacent against Oldham, but here we are anyway. Here we go with Lavery, goes past the defender, he's in here, Lavery! Oh, good save, it's still there, no, it's cleared. Norman, Lavery surely offside there. Norman picks it up, Bates has it. We continue with the ball, Sharon, a good ball to find Cockerell Mollett in space down the left. That is a heavy touch and cleared into touch for the line-out. And we continue. I mean, we're dominating the game. We really do need that second goal, though, don't we? Jules with the throw-in to Guthrie, back to Jules. Down the line, he finds Cockerell Mollett, who's a long way forward. Anyway, there we are. Decent cross, but caused a little bit of problem in the defence there. Closing down the goalkeeper nicely. This is good pressure on them. Come on, boys. Keep it going. Clear it up. Do we get to that? No, we don't. And they've played through the press. Now are we going to find ourselves in a little bit of defensive issues? Come on. Let me get to that. No, not quite. McCann has it now for Oldham. Decent pass out there. Maurice has it. Is it Maurice? I forget how you pronounce that. He used to be at Chelsea or something, didn't he, I think, back in the day. I think he's been at Bradford as well. Redmond with a ball over the top for Lavery to run onto. Can he finish? Second time of asking. Lavery, goalkeeper! He's having a nightmare, but he's just about got away with that one. We have a corner now. Redmond, we scored against Swindon like this. It's hacked clear. We've got 2-on-1 up there. We've got men getting back. Smith, this is the guy that scored the 2 goals in the league game. Norman's there, and it's just going to go out for a goal kick, is it? Yes, it is. A bit of a crazy shot in the end. Let's give it a demand more here, perhaps. I don't like that Guthrie's looking complacent. I'm actually not too pleased with how Danny Guthrie's doing. I was expecting a little bit more from him in there, sort of running the show for us, especially since we're paying him $2,000 a week. But he doesn't seem to want to, do that for us. So we might consider his future at the club, I think. And assertive, don't get complacent, boys. We saw what happened in the league when we get complacent. Not pleased with you, Guthrie, especially since I have Kinsella on the bench, who is more than capable of coming in. Sharon just needs to not get himself sent off. And we ask a little bit more from you, Mr. Norman, and a little bit more from you too, Mr. Jules. And the goalkeeper's doing fine. He hasn't had much to do, really, has he? And let's hope we keep it that way this second half. We are 45 minutes away from getting into the second round of the FA Cup. Clark with a free kick to Sharon. In there for Redmond, who's been a little bit quiet so far. Guthrie. There's a nice ball from Guthrie to find Norman in space. Norman, his cross is not the best. It's blocked away. And are we going to get caught out here? No. Big win there, wasn't it, from Clark to keep possession for us. Redmond over there for Cockerell Mollett. Both the fullbacks are in space, aren't they, every time. Ball to the back post. Norman's there. Corey Norman, the goalkeeper, is having an absolute nightmare. But Corey Norman, Cameron Norman, gets his second goal of the game, his second goal of the season. We'll tell him to concentrate again. No, he won't. I think I might get a shout before that highlight started. But a nice pass out there to find CCM getting forward. A decent ball to the back post. Norman put his header on target. And it seems like with this goalkeeper, that's all you got to do. Because he is not saving anything today. Perfect start to the second half. We're 2-0 up now. We were in this position in the league, of course. And they came roaring back and almost pulled our pants down. Lavery's only playing a 6.4. We do have Adebayo on the bench who we could look to bring on, but you just kind of trust Lavery a little bit. Mollett is in again here. Mollett to Gordon. It's there for Redmond. And the goalkeeper's made a save. Consider yourself unlucky there, Redmond. Let's give them some praise here, and hopefully we're not going to go and do something stupid now. I've praised them. Can we win that? CCM is there. Down to Guthrie. Back to Cockerell Mollett. Bates. Redmond has it now. He goes a little bit creative there over to Norman. Can Norman get down and get across into the box here? He keeps possession. That's a nice little pass in there for Redmond, but it's tackled away. And can we win this ball back, or is it going to end up being an Oldham highlight? We do not want them getting back in this game. Nice win there by Jules. Calm on the ball, wasn't it? And I tell you what, when we have the possession, we look a really good team right now, don't we? We're certainly a good League 2 team. Bates! You know, I mean, obviously it's still a long way to go in the season, but right now we look a step above League 2, I've got to say. All right, let's see what we can do. I did say, didn't I, at the start? Our team, it looked quite good when we first saw it. So I suspected we may have been capable of getting promoted, but you look at the way we're playing against Oldham. Granted, they're not a great League 2 team. We shouldn't be talking about this like the game's done, should I? It is only 2-0. But, yeah, as I say, granted, they're not a great League 2 team, but for the most part here, we've looked a step above them. But as I said, we looked like this in the league game and then threw it all away. And we are coming under a little bit of pressure here from them as well. Come on, boys. Can we win that back? Get a foot in. No, he goes past him. Is the cross going to come in? It is. It's edge of the area, and it's over the bar. We keep our 2-0 lead. Norman's looking tired out there on the right. Let's get Kinsella on for him. Freshen it up down the right-hand side. Lavery's having a poor game, so let's get him off. Let's get Adebayo on and see what he can do. And, yeah, hopefully we'll just see this out from here now. 85th minute. Well, this is after they scored their 2 goals in the league game. It's still bouncing around. We're not looking completely convincing here, are we? That's a lungy tackle from Kinsella, but it's got the job done. And luckily he won the ball, or else he would have been joining Candlin in the in the holding cell, because that was assaultish. But Redmond wins a corner there for us. We've got the corner. Can we get ahead on the end of this? Decent ball in there. It is cleared away. We should pick that up with Bates. Is he going to get there? He does. Out there to Redmond. Redmond looked as though he might have been offside. But we've just got to see this out now. We're into stoppage time. It is a second 2-0 win of the episode. And that is absolutely huge. Gets us into the second round of the FA Cup. Well done, boys. And on we go. So quality of possession provides the victory. We win the first round of the FA Cup. We're about to get $500,000 from Brentford, our next club, of course, for Rico Henry. So it's very nice to see they're looking after us. And he does look good, doesn't he? So that's perfect. And we've already got 36 grand in the bank from that. So this is all going to help the finances. CCM, absolute star you are, mate. Yeah, we get that $500,000. That helps the finances. We've got a little bit more money there for the FA Cup. I'm already over the wage budget. I can't go any higher. I really want to try and keep us, make sure we're doing what's required of us, because it's going to help us get jobs in the future. So hopefully that's not going to come back and haunt us. Let's have a quick look and see how Brentford has done this episode. Their last 2 games here, they got a draw and a win in the league, so that's going to help the pressure on the manager there a little bit. It's a tough one, isn't it? We do want him to get sacked eventually, but I think it's a little bit too soon for us just now. But they are still struggling down there in mid-table, and I think they'd have bigger ambitions than that this year. But let's not worry too much about Brentford. Let's worry about Walsall. There we go. There's the league table. We're up there in second. We're into the second round of the FA Cup. It's been a good, productive episode, that one. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll be back next time for the FA Cup second round. And then we'll go off to Port Vale, who are one of our rivals, I think, aren't they? Club Info General. Port Vale are a rival. So that'll be next episode. FA Cup second round. Port Vale away. Looking forward to it, guys. See you then. Take care.